Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sarah G, and today I'm finally going to be answering your guys' questions about my perm. So I hope this video is informative for those of you who are thinking about getting a perm, or maybe some of you are just curious. I've been getting so many questions on my previous video talking about how I style my curly hair, and I mentioned that my curly hair is not natural and I have a perm. So lots of you had a bunch of different questions, so I'm finally getting around to hopefully answering up some of those questions for you. So by far the most asked question was, what kind of perm do you have? So I have a spiral perm, but instead of using traditional perm rods, which are plastic, I got my hair done with flexi rods because I wanted to keep the length of my hair like as long as possible. I didn't want to get like too much shrinkage for my hair being, too curly. My stylist suggested that I use flexi rods instead of regular perm rods, because that way it's still going to be a curl rather than a wave, but it's going to be able to stretch out longer than if you did it with a perm rod, which is really short, and then it would be more scrunched up. So if you're wondering about the specific rod size that was used for my hair, if I'm remembering correctly, for the bottom half, like the length portion of my hair, I believe was mostly red, and then for the top it was like a mixture between orange and yellow, because I wanted my hair to be pretty curly, but I still wanted it to be long. So I have had a perm, I think about 4 times. I've had about 4 different perms, and I'm pretty sure I've had it for over 2 years. And the reason I decided that I wanted to get a perm was because my hair naturally is wavy. So like in middle school it was really wavy, and I would just like put mousse in it and scrunch it, and that's how I would wear my hair every day. But in high school I dyed my hair a lot, so the damage kind of just made my curl disappear. And then after a lot of research, I finally decided that I wanted to get a perm. So basically what a lot of people are asking about is, do I think that they should get a perm? And it's honestly a really hard question to answer, because a perm is going to be different for every person and every hair type. So even if you went to your stylist and got the exact same perm that I have, it's probably not going to look the same. And I actually have a friend who has the same perm as me. Like, she went with me to my appointment to my stylist and we got the same perm, and the look was the same, but on her hair it didn't last as long. It started to fade after a few months, and she had to get it re-permed more often. So for me personally, I get my hair re-permed about every 6 months at the minimum. I could go longer. It's been 6 months since I've had my last perm, and my hair is still really curly, and honestly it's just because of my hair type. So I have really thick, really coarse, dull hair. And I feel like if someone with really fine and shiny hair wants to get a perm, it's just not going to hold as well. Like, there's really nothing you can do about it. I know it sucks, but it's just like some people's hair is going to hold the perm better and some people's aren't. It could not even take it all. But for me and my type of hair, it holds so well. And the only reason I need to get it done is because my roots are growing out straight. So that's really the only reason I re-perm my hair, because it really would stay here forever. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my personal experience. So the woman who does my hair I know personally, and she does hair out of her home. So I don't go to like a salon or anything. I'm sorry, I can't like direct you to someone. If you know me in real life and you're wondering, I could give you her contact information. But basically I was asking her questions about, you know, before getting my perm, because I was like honestly really scared to get it because everyone was telling me like, oh, you're gonna have like crazy frizzy afro, blah blah blah. And honestly, like, that's a lot of people's concern, is like, oh, my hair is just gonna be huge and frizzy. But your hair being frizzy, it doesn't have anything to do with your perm. So yeah, if you get a perm, your hair is gonna be frizzy, your curls are gonna be frizzy if you don't know how to style them or care for them. So basically, frizziness only has to do with what products you're using and how you're putting them in. I do have a video about how I style my curly hair, but that video actually is outdated because I actually changed my hair routine completely. I'm using none of the same products. Even my method is just completely different. So I'm planning on updating that within the next couple of weeks, so I can get it up here for you guys so you know like what I'm talking about. But if you're worried about your hair being frizzy, it's not because you have a perm that your hair is just going to be frizzy. It's because of the way you're styling it. So one of my other concerns that my stylist was talking to me about was the damage. And I think that's a concern for a lot of other people. Basically, my stylist said that the perm solution that she uses is one that is not as damaging as others. So the perm she uses is called ISO, I-S-O. I don't know where she got it, but I guess like if you wanted to tell your, you know, your stylist that you wanted to use like that specific perm solution, they could get their hands on it for you. I don't know, that's just the one she uses, and she told me it's her favorite, it's the least damaging. And as far as damage goes, I would say that yes, my hair is damaged, but I don't necessarily think that it's from the perm. So basically, if you have curly hair, your hair is just going to be drier than if you had straight hair. Regardless if it's a perm or not, the oils from your scalp, when your hair is curly, they have to work harder to get all the way down to the tip of your hair. So you're gonna have split ends if you have curly hair. Like, if you have curly hair, you have to get your hair cut more often. I actually, like, I have really bad split ends right now, but you just can't really tell. So I'm just like putting off cutting my hair because I want it to be long. So yeah, honestly, the damage is really at a minimum. I would compare it basically to just dyeing your hair. The damage you get from dyeing your hair is basically the damage I have from my perm. But I do not use heat on my hair, ever. I have used heat on my hair one time in the past 2 and whatever, how many years. And I honestly was just curious, like I straightened out my hair to see, like, oh, I wonder if I could still straighten my hair. Because honestly, I don't wear my hair straight. I don't like how it looks. And I just wear my hair like this every single day. So I straightened it out, and it was just, it didn't really want to hold the straightness. So about like after an hour, it just started to get wavy, because that's what it wants to be. It wants to be curly. And so yeah, that's a commonly asked question, is can you use heat on your hair if you have a perm? The answer is yes. I would say it might be more damaging than just if you didn't have a perm. But honestly, if you're wanting to get a perm and wanting to straighten it, you know, like multiple days a week, you shouldn't get a perm. I think if you want to get a perm, you should want to wear your hair curly every day or close to every day, because if you don't, you should just not risk it. Just don't get a perm. So basically my real advice to you, if anyone's thinking about getting a perm, is to set up a consultation with a stylist that you trust, because you want to talk to somebody that's going to be honest with you and is not just trying to give you a perm to make the money, because some people just can't get a perm. If your hair is really fine and it doesn't hold curl well, like just regular curling iron curl, you're probably not going to hold the perm well, and it will probably just be a waste of money and you'll damage your hair for no reason. As far as pricing goes, perms can be very expensive. So I consulted with one lady and she told me that she was going to charge me upwards of $250 because my hair is so long and thick. So that was a little bit out of my price range. You know, I talked to like multiple stylists before deciding on, you know, to actually get my perm. And yeah, it's just honestly, it's a lot of work and it takes a really long time to do a perm, and you know, you have to keep going back to get it. It's going to be really expensive. So that's another thing to think about. If you get a perm, you're going to be stuck with your perm, you know, basically forever. I mean, unless you have the type of hair that just, it falls out. Not your hair falls out, but like the perm doesn't hold. You know, it might fade away eventually. But for someone with hair like me, I'm going to have this curl in my hair until it grows out and I cut it off. Honestly, I guess like an emergency escape route from a bad perm would be to get a straightening treatment over it. But basically that's just like double the damage, double the cost, you know. So I guess there is a way out, but that's really something to think about before you get your perm. Like literally, perm means permanent, like it's going to be permanently curly, like forever. It's like a really serious decision that you really should sit down and think about. Talk to different people. You know, I wish I could just tell you guys, you know, get this type of perm and your hair will look like mine, but it's not. I'm so sorry. I hope I cleared up some of your guys' questions, and hopefully I'll be able to get that video up soon about how I'm styling my hair now, because it really makes a big difference what products you're putting in your hair and how you're putting them in, as far as how your curls are going to look. So that will be up soon. If you have any more questions that I didn't address in this video, you can leave me a comment and I will try to answer it below. Thank you guys for watching. I've been MIA from YouTube for months, and honestly I've just been really overwhelmed with school and work, feeling really inspired to get back into making videos. So if you have any requests or anything you want to see, you can leave that below in the comments too. Hopefully I'm going to be thrifting more and making more thrifting videos, because I know you guys really like those videos. So yeah, anything you want to see, just let me know. I wanted to thank you guys again so much for watching. I really hope this helped, and I hope you guys all have a great day.